Hey everybody, so this is the demo for Chapter 4. The book takes you through a demo for the state of Hawaii, what looks like a postcard. So this is my postcard to the state of Missouri, and or Missouri if you've come from there. And so we've got a few things. There will be a few differences from the book, and some things I'm not going to show, and one particular little trick that I will show you that will actually show up in Chapter 5, I believe. But anyway, let's get started. So I'll close this one, and you should have a similar folder here available to you, except without the final result. And there are a number of files for us to look at. Not that one, as it turns out. And I think that's all we need. It's kidslakemissouri.gif, St. Louis Batter Anchial, and St. Louis Riverfront. Should be all we need. So we'll open these in Photoshop. And we're going to do a little bit of processing on a couple of these things to start off with, so that if you look at the Hawaii demo in the book, you'll see that there are some smaller pictures, actually only one, that has a white border on it. In fact, the big picture has a border on it as well. And we're going to do that for 3 of these pictures. So for instance, this picture of Rick Ankiel, the batter, we're going to do the following, which is to create a border on this. So first of all, we're going to select all, Command A, you know that one. And then we're going to create a border. So we'll still stay with the select menu because we're using selections. Go down to modify and go to border. And the default here is 4 pixels. Let's set this to 15 pixels. And this will scale down actually when we bring them into the other image. And you see that there's a border set up there. We're going to fill this border. And I'm going to give you a different method than I showed you last week for filling color values. Here in the edit menu, we're going to go down to fill, and you can choose one of the foreground or background colors, but there's also black, 50% gray, and white. So we'll click OK, and I will hit Command D to deselect, and now I've got my little border there. That's cool. Let's do that for the other files as well. Same process. In fact, I'm going to hit the letter F like I showed you guys recently to change modes here. This time I'll hit keyboard commands. Command A, select all. I'm presuming you're thinking PC as well, so Control A. So we will modify the border. This time it already says 15 pixels. We're good there. We will go to the edit menu and fill. It's already set to white. We're good. Super duper. Deselect. Command D. And let's go to the next picture. This is the riverfront. We will put a border on this one later, but we're going to do that as a separate layer. And then the state of Missouri we'll get to later. And then we've got this picture of these 2 little Muppets here. So again, Command A. We go to the select menu, go down to modify, make a border out of this, 15 pixels. Okay, and fill it with white. And we are good. Okay, and let's look at the other images we've got going here. We've got the state of Missouri, which we'll get to. Let's play with this for a moment, then we'll bring these images in. You'll notice back in the end file that there is a bit of type that says Missouri, and then it says show me, because Missouri is known as the show me state. That's sort of its unofficial motto. So what we're going to do is to go to the type tool, which amazingly is already selected, and start off by clicking in here. Let me hit Command 0 to fill this in a little bit better. And it's expecting me to start typing things in. Now, actually I'm going to type in Missouri first. Actually, Missouri. Great. And I'll hit the Enter key to get in there. But I still am able to edit this. And I'm going to play with these guys up here. Now, we're going to change the font. You may not have this font, but I think I'll probably bring it with me and you guys can use it. It's called Baskerville. Let's see if it's here. Baskerville Old Face. That's the one I want. And I'm going to change the color, which is this color chip up here. And I'm going to make this sort of an orangey thing. Now, I don't know if you know this, but if you take your cursor outside the color picker, notice that my color picker now turns into an eyedropper. I'll click on this orange right here so that I've got a repeating color value here. So I think I'll use that and click OK. This is not big enough. This file needs to be, the size needs to be bigger. So I will type in a value here, and my note says 87. So I'm going to hit 87, and that fills in pretty nicely there. I'll get the move tool and center this up nicely. And I'm pretty happy with that so far. Let's go to the type tool again and create another little piece here and call it Show Me. You're going to have to sort of take my word for it that I'm typing that in there. I'm going to go get the move tool just for a moment to bring this over here. This is way too big. In fact, well, I'll change some of these parameters as we move along. I'll go back to the type tool because that allows me to edit in there, and for this size is 28 and the font is going to change as well. This one is going to change to the typeface called Zapfino. Okay, and it's sort of a handwritten looking font, and what I was looking for in most cases when I'm doing type is I'm looking for a decorative font like this Show Me thing, and then I'm looking for one of your standard fonts. In this case it's a serif font, and oh, by the way, I'm going to change the color of Show Me to white. There we go. And we'll do some more treatments later, but I think what I'm going to do here is just move Show Me around a little bit. And I'm also going to rotate it a little bit. So I'll go to the Edit menu, go down to Transform, or actually Free Transform is what I've been showing you guys before because that does scaling and rotation. So I will rotate this a little bit and move this up a taste. Now that's not a bad start. That's probably going to wind up looking, I think, pretty close to the finished product, except for a few changes. Okay, let's start bringing in some of those other pictures. Now I'm going to have to go out of my view mode here. I'll hit F twice, that is. And I don't know if you can see this, but up at the top we've got several tabs. And this is the way Photoshop is working now, in that you have all these different tabs for the different pictures, for the different images. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the riverfront image from this grouping and put it over here. So I just clicked and dragged that. I'm going to hit Command 0 to fill to my screen. There we go. And then I'll do that for these oops, didn't mean to do that. I will hit Command 0, perhaps on another image. There we go.